given more leeway than most, and yet I find this planet unprepared for the arrival of our Filtrum Empire. I am Conquest, and I am your last chance to fulfill your duty. They sent me here, beating you, conquering your pathetic planet. Where is your Filtrumite heart? Until I see it beating in my hand, I won't believe you have one. Show me your power. Show me your reign.
Alright, after the intro you saw how fast this build is mapping, how good damage it has into bosses and pinnacles. So, we're gonna start with skill gems. Leap Slam is gonna be your main ability to clear. The Atelier gem, you don't need this, because you would be perfectly fine without this and you will have still good damage. You can even put something like Heavy Swing or have an extra damage to fire. Anything will be good. You don't need this. It currently is about 9 divines, so you don't need this. Also, what you're not gonna need is this gem right here, the Undying Hate. Specifically, Tech Rod, which changes this note that you regenerate life per second based on cost of the skill. So basically, you leap slam, my HP goes down, or you spam after abilities, goes down. But soon, it's gonna go back up, because the healing just stacks up. So I'm currently now at 550 regen. So it's not too bad, it's great to sustain, and also what this gem does, 50% more life cost on skills. Meaning, you're gonna have more damage from this gem right here. So now that we covered this part, Lead Slam. You're gonna want to increase your area of the effect. Also, this gem is pretty good because as you Leap Slam, every 2 meters you can have 40% more damage. More damage is multiplicable, it's not an increase. And basically, every single Leap Slam, 40% more damage. 40% more damage. Then I have Rage, also gives you 15% more attack speed. So basically, when I'm leap slamming into mobs, 5 Rage, 5 Rage, 5 Rage, stacks up to 30, that's 30% more damage. And last is Aftershock, because we're playing Titan and we are abusing the Aftershocks. Basically, Aftershocks does the same amount of damage, so my leap slam will do 32,000. Then the Aftershocks procs will do another 32,000. And on top of that, we have this node that makes basically every single second leap slam ability ancestrally boosted, which makes it 30% more damage and 25% increased area of effect. So that's leap slam, that's your main ability to kill. Just go through the map, leap slam, mobs die, rares die. So yeah. So Forge Hammer, how does it work? Basically you throw your hammer, it sits there. To activate it, use any war cry you have. Then spirals start, fishes start going there. Every single leap, I mean not leap, slam ability basically can be leap slam, activates these fishes, or Earth Shatter. Yeah. Earth Shatter also procs these fishes. So the gems for this one are Fist of War 3, which makes it ancestrally boosted, but I can use this ability only every 14 seconds. But it says right here, Ancestral Boost has double effect of supported skills. Meaning, well not this one specifically, but say this one, 30% more area damage is doubled. This one, 3% damage as extra lightning based on your mana flask charges, doubled. 25 to more elemental attack damage, doubled. Now, why would I use Ambrosia? Well, first of all, it makes it that adds extra lightning damage, which means fighting a boss, it shocks them. So that's another 20% increased damage to bosses. And well, basically this is the highest possible damage you can get, because your effects of other supported skills are doubled. So this is doubled. And if you have like a good mana flask, 127 charges, that's just insane amount of damage. And we're playing warrior, so we don't use mana at all. So you throw your hammer, you activate it, and you start earth shattering. So now earth shatter. For bosses, like I said before with this gem, you don't need this, but for bosses I basically swap these around. So this ability has more damage. So I have rage on this. So every single hit gives me 5 rage, so that's 5 more damage up to 30. And increased attack speed, more attack speed. Fissures, so basically instead of making just one fissure, like now, makes it doing 3 fissures, so that's basically just more damage. And also with your war cries you can explode them, but I'll explain that in a second. Well, aftershocks, of course, because we're abusing the aftershocks, and rapid attack, more attack speed. Now you can place up to 6 spikes of this, and after you place them with a war cry you can explode them. Each and single one of them basically does even more damage after explosion, 78,000 per one, and you throw 3 at the same time, so that's just more and more damage. So you combo on bosses will basically look before, because they always have an animation before, you know, like say the breach boss, Xesht, before he goes down from his throne, and you have time to basically throw this with other earth shatters, explode them, big damage, and then you just basically hit the fucking floor and more damage, throw your hammer again, and bomba. Okay, so Infernal Cry. Cooldown recovery. You gain rage when you activate it. and 25% chance to not count the empowered attack. But basically, I only use this to activate the Forge Hammer and to explode the Earth Shatters. You can have any other Warcry you'd prefer yourself. Berserk basically increases the effect of rage, so 67% on top of 30. That'll make about 50% more rage, I think. A bit more, I think. Yeah, but basically you have 50 rage, so just more damage basically, and have life recovery here, 2%. I have regenerate 2% here. I also have another regenerate 1% here, and increase arrow effect, but you don't need these two, as you can have only 100 spirit. I have a bit more for my amulet. And Herald of Ash, well, basically for you clearing, just makes it a bit, easier. So yeah, that is all the skill gems. Now we're gonna go to items. Let's start with the weapons. These are, well, I got them on the second day of the league start. They were like 50 exalts. I'm probably guessing right now there will be much more, about 5 divines or even more. But what you're looking is for, well, of course damage, but plus to level skills. You can be to all attack skills or to melee skills, doesn't matter. To make the build faster, to make your leap slam faster, to make your earth shatters faster, you can find good weapons with good attack speed, which I recommend highly, because the more attack speed you have, the faster you leap slam, the faster you do damage. So basically weapons, yeah, this one doesn't have attack speed. I'm looking for a better one, but they're just a bit expensive right now. But on top of that, you can increase your attack speed with skill speed, with the rune. They're like 2 exalts, 1, so they're not too expensive. You do lose a bit of damage, but in the long run, I would say for mapping, and if you have like an ability that you basically like Earthshatter spam, skill speed and attack speed is much better for my taste. Helmet is just basics, some resistance. You do want to have good amount of armor. As you play in warrior, you need the armor to survive. Try to look for maximum life and strength to stack up your life. Basically, if you don't have life, you don't have armor, you're not leap slam into a group of mobs, because you're gonna insta die from range attacks and other stuff. Armor piece, it's not the best, because it's only have 1700 armor, which I did see armors going up to 2800, 3000, so I can basically, yeah, do an upgrade here, but same thing, strength, life, armor, resistance. Amulets, well, it's not the best amulet. You could have +3 to melee skills, but this one I literally bought it for 30 exalts. And to make an upgrade, to find like an amulet +3 with life, I would prefer to have spirit also, some strength. And, well, the rest of the stats doesn't matter, but you can get also +9% to maximum life. And I yesterday saw an amulet like that. It was 30 divine orbs, so not in my reach rate yet to make an upgrade. Rings, same thing, strength, life, resistance, and if you get lucky to find a good cheap ring at physical damage or fire damage, doesn't really matter. Same here, resistance, life, if you can possibly get strength also. Boots. Here's the funny part, because we are leap slamming so fast, we don't need movement speed. I have literally no movement speed. Because we are just leap slamming, we don't need the movement speed. So with boots, you can find really good, cheap boots with high amount of armor, and basically every single stat you're looking for, because they're gonna be always cheaper, because they don't have the movement speed. But the same thing, if you can possibly find boots with strength, life, and resistance, get them. My belt is nothing too special. Same thing, strength, life, armor, resistance. Gloves, you would want to find gloves with +2 to melee skills, because we are stacking basically melee skills levels. Especially with the artillery gem that gives us more extra physical damage, the higher the cost. So the more skill level you have, the more damage. So preferably I would, instead of increased rarity, or prefer to have strength. But yeah, life, strength to melee, the rest honestly don't really matter. My charms, this one is quite important because you do get frozen sometimes, especially in the breach boss pinnacle. He does freezes you, so this one is life changer. This one honestly, you don't need this one because I don't ever get stunned, never. But I'll explain that in the passive skill tree why. This one, I bought it yesterday for 10 exalts, and it's perfect. It's you take chaos damage, big chunk of chaos damage, 50% of chaos damage, you prevent it with recouped as life. It's perfect for survival. So, with our Titan, we're gonna start off with increased strength. This is quite useless. I mean, this is handy, you can pick up more stuff. But then this, more strength, and 50% increased effect of small passive skills. This is what makes Titan so busted with his damage, with his armor scaling. There I saw builds that abuse this to have 80,000 of armor. This is just amazing. After that, you would take this node increase area effect, aftershocks, 25% more chance, more increased area effect, and makes you every single second slam, ancestry boosted, more damage, more area effect. Honestly, you could drop this one and this one. If you feel like you're doing too much damage, you don't need this, you can always get life. As you can see, if I'll take this, I'll have basically 400 and even 500 more life. So yeah, on top of that, there's this amulet from the breach boss. You can get up to 25 of increased percent life. So you can equip this one. My life just went up to 3700. And on top of
Back
that,
to the
if I would
forge with
change this one and took the life instead, I now have 4300 life. Which is insane how much tank you can get this character. If you sacrifice even more damage and start getting more armor, say dropped a few nodes of attack speed and busted more here, you would have a pretty tanky character. But yeah. So after that, you want to grab these nodes, melee damage, more damage. This one is pretty good. Also, if you would be armor stacking, you'd want this one is 50% more, which for me from 29 gives me 35,000. It is insane. Going down here, grabbing these nodes, basically more damage, I mean increased damage and attack speed as we're using 100 maces. Why? Because GGG put a big hefty nerf on scaling life with strength, so I feel at this point is useless. I mean, the only damage I honestly do receive is from the Abyss monsters with the dot damage, because damage over time, you can't build around that. I mean, you can, like, I don't know, life regen. There are probably solutions, but we're not going for life regen. With the charm that I explained, why you don't need the charm when you get stunned, gain additional stun pressure equal to 30% of your item armor. You never get stunned, so you don't need that charm. Going down here, where I have this jewel, you don't need this jewel. It's, I think, 11 divines, so it is a quite expensive one. You don't need it. I was doing perfectly fine without this jewel and without this gem. The character did the pinnacle boss, the breach boss, with no problem. Going down here, you want to grab these notes. Basically, every 15 strength you have increased damage. These notes here increase armor, and armor applies to amount damage. It's amazing. You have more survivability on top of that. This one, honestly, I have mixed feelings, as right now I have such a high amount of life regen. Don't feel like this is that useful, so you can take or leave it. And on top of that, this one is also pretty good. Armor stacking, basically. You want to grab these nodes, as this one gives you more chance to aftershock, and this one also. This one is great too, 20% more. This is not increased more damage when you heavy stun. And because we throw in so much earth shatters at once, we basically, after the 6 spikes, we just perma stun them. Well, for me, this one on normal bosses is quite useless, because after the full combo they basically die, so I never get even the chance to heavy stun them. You will want to grab up here these nodes. Armor applies to fire damage, lightning, cold, and this one to elemental damage. Perfect. And that will be it. Also, you have this node. Incredibly good. 30% increase armor and defend with 120% armor against projectiles. You get hit so much with projectile attack. This is just... you need defense to survive. You're playing warrior. This one is also quite good. 25 increased physical damage and 5% increased skill speed, which we are stacking on this Titan build. Okay, and now to explain this weapon swap, because we are using weapon swap. The green one I have right here is for area effect. So our leap slam basically has a higher reach. So these ones, the green ones, is for your clear, for your mapping. The red ones is for you single target. You want to increase, of course, attack speed. You have notes here, increase skill speed. You have, this one is quite powerful for like literally 7 notes. You have so much more damage. This one, up to here, 40% increased damage at close range. Fighting bosses, we all the time at close range, so doesn't harm you to take these. Are quite amazing. And more effect area right here. And that will be it for the passive tree. I can show you my gems also have a bit of life regen, increased attack, global physical right here. A bit lower, there's one more. Increased life regen, stun build up, attack damage, damage with maces. Those are the gems you would preferably want to look. Instead of grabbing life regeneration, you could get like armor or something. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention this part. These two are quite, well, they're not useless, but yeah, you need to get to this one. Gain 12% of physical damage as extra fire damage. This is just a huge chunk of damage for 3 notes. So yeah, that's my Ancestral Smasher Warrior build, Titan. If I have forgot anything to mention about the build, I will try to make a new next video, update video, if I did forget anything. Also, if you have any questions, I'll try my best to answer them in the next video update I'll make about this character. The written guide will be on Maxville in the down below the video. Have a good day. I'll see you next time.